Well, good morning, everybody, or good evening. I know I can see some of you, some of our Europe friends are here, which I love, and Canadian friends and people I don't recognize, so new people. So whether you've been here before for our live love looping or not, I'm so happy to be able to have technology working so well that we can connect over the airwaves. So first thing I'd love for you to do, I see Phyllis doing it right now, is to stretch yourself in some pleasurable, unusual way, to find some place. Like I find that this place right under here really likes to be stretched. And I realize sometimes that I hold my breath when I'm stretching. So see if you can, like I hold my breath and then I stretch and then I breathe again. So see if you can let your stretching and your breathing play with each other. I see somebody saying, I'm from Indiana. So the country of Indiana is greeting us. And now I'm greeting you from the nation state of California. So, and I see some of our Canadian friends. So one of the things I wanted to play with today is I was seeing the image of, you can continue the stretching throughout, so please feel free, because you can combine loop of awareness for everything else that you're doing. So loop of awareness can be added into your conversations. It can be added into your online presence with anything, because what you're really doing is refreshing yourself by shifting your attention. Our attention gets so locked in. And the image that I had today was of skipping a pond over the water. And that usually with our attention, we just have one skip and then we let go of it with our attention. And so what I'd like you to do is to first notice yourself. So letting your curious create a we'll add some of the tools that we already know. So let your attention turn towards your body and simply notice where it lands. So turning your attention, and then turn your attention to the space around you and notice where it lands. And let's just do that a few times of turning toward you and turning toward the outside, and notice where it lands. Now, what I'd like you to notice is that it lands and then it usually just stops right there. So when you turn your attention in this time, I'd like you to notice where it lands, and then I'd like you to notice what's under that. And let your attention just rest on that. I have my scarf on today, so letting your attention just land easily, and then land on what's under that. And then shift your attention to something outside and let it land on that. And then notice what's behind that, or what's next to it, or what's around it. So let's alternate now for a few times of giving attention to you and then noticing what's under that, and have a kind of a of your attention, your of the embrace of your attention. And then out, and notice where that lands, and then let your go around that or behind that. So we're doing a couple of skips of the pebble. So a couple of skips inward, what is it landing on? And then going underneath that, and then outward, what's underneath that? And seeing if the can follow you between. Going both ways. And then I'd like you to add a little wiggle to your So, so you actually make your wiggle. So wiggling inward and then wiggling outward. And this is also a great time to play with your pace, because this is such a time where people get caught in adrenaline and lose the sense of expansion. We get kind of speeded up, and we're having such a great opportunity right now to create space instead of speed. And so as you're letting the pebble skip, letting your attention move outward, notice the pace of your attention and notice the pace of bringing your attention inward. So, wiggle shift, and then wiggle shift. This will be like our new command on the computer. So you'll have a wiggle shift. And land, and then land again. And let yourself play with making the pace a little bit slower and then a little bit faster, so that the main thing here that's going to refresh you and refresh your intuition, your curiosity, and your ability to connect is simply shifting. So now I'd like you to let the and your attention come from around your body, so that your whole body attention and not just your eye peepers, the whole body shifting, landing. And when it lands, how about letting your whole body express the landing? And when you shift into you and you're noticing something in you, like I'm noticing a little bit of a kind of stretch across the top of my body. And when I land there, I get a little bit of a trampolining feeling. So adding in the wiggle, shift, and playing with the pace. You can also do that with the people who are on the call here. So you can notice something that somebody is doing, and you can grab that. Use your love scoops now to scoop up something that you notice and you appreciate in somebody who's on the screen, and kind of scoop it up and give it to you. And then notice somebody else who might look spacious or in flow, and kind of go and scoop that up, and let yourself give it to any place in you that's wanting a little bit of your attention. I think we've also gotten so face forward during this last period of time. So let yourself also be aware that there may be attention wanted in the back of your body, like just above my sacrum is an area that when I touch it, my body goes, oh. In fact, you could add in the sound of connection. So as you're looking out and you notice somebody and you're like, ooh, I want that. And you can scoop that up and you can make slurpy sounds or any kind of sounds. And then when you land it on you, let your body express, especially on your out breath, the joy of that connection. You can imagine that touch coming from others and really nourishing you and allowing you to connect more deeply. So remember, we have love scoops, but we also have oozy. You could have an oozy scoop. You could have a sumo scoop, because you may notice somebody who looks really present and grounded, and you can let yourself, ooh, I want that. And you can hoist that and let yourself receive that deep in your own body. So we're playing with we're playing with the sound of landing. We're letting it land and then land again even more deeply, so that we're really creating and recreating and expanding our multidimensionality, so that we're not just being two-dimensional on our devices. So also want to encourage you to pay attention. In fact, let yourself do a little chicken wing thing here and notice that this area right here. So first, let yourself get into computer mode, and then notice what happens right here. And then let yourself just rotate. And can you let your attention shift while you're doing that? Can you let your attention keep noticing, like I'm noticing a man walking three dogs out there on the road. And I'm kind of going, oh, hello, and appreciating, and then I'm coming back to me. So you can do lots of things. This is not multitasking. It's reclaiming your multidimensionality. So notice when you give attention right in here, which of the fear melters feels most delicious to run through here. So try out oozing. And can you get the ooze to move all the way through and across? And notice what pace feels most delicious to you. And then notice that the back of you can also spread out while you're letting that space come through. You can add in the I can almost feel my coming down into my shoulders, which feels delicious. And let yourself scoop up love from around you, from out there, from up, from under you. So scooping up some love, and then actually let yourself land it, wiggle. This is the place where we want the most space so that we can be as resilient as possible, and that our lungs are oxygenated as much as possible. And you might also look around, people are doing cool things. So if you see something that somebody is trying on, let yourself try it on. This is part of the joy of community, is we get to express our own creativity, and then we get to co-create with others, which I find totally delicious. So I'd like you to shift for the last couple of minutes. I'd like you to continue what you're doing, but I'd like you to have your attention be appreciative, and in the sense of sensitive awareness. So as you're looping in, I'd like you to give sensitive awareness to you. And as I'm doing that, I can actually feel some more streaming in my body. My body is feeling quite delicious with this level of attention. And when you let your attention go out, either to other people on the screen or out to around you, let it be a sensitive kind of awareness where you're being right with people as if you were sitting right next to them, as if you were able to hug, and that bringing your sensitive awareness in both directions. Notice how that feels to you, what spaces open up. And please feel free to add in sound, especially since you're all muted. You can add in as much or as little sound as you want to. You can take your into singing. You can take your into a sound. Yes, and then notice the space that opens up for you, especially in here. So some big love scoops for you, and some big love scoops, sending that love wave out into your community, out to the people that you know are experiencing challenges, and then make sure to bring it back into you. And then back out, And then let's all unmute and have a moment of appreciative sounds before we end for today. Nom, 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 nom.
Thank you.
Judy.